Hello and welcome back to Rude English. In today's lesson, we're going to be discussing a group of sounds known as the plosives. We're going to be talking about how they're used in swear words and how they are transformed in connected speech, so don't go anywhere. So what are plosives? Plosives are a group of sounds which are all produced by blocking the flow of air through the mouth and suddenly releasing it. This is why they're called plosives, because we release the air explosively. You will notice from their position on the phonetic chart that they're part of the consonant pairs group. There are 3 pairs and each pair is produced with the mouth in the same position. The only difference is that one's voiced and the other's unvoiced. To produce the p sound, press your lips together, build up the air behind and suddenly release it. P, p. The b sound is produced in exactly the same way, but we use our vocal cords. B, b. These sounds are usually represented by identical letters of the English alphabet. For example, the single letter P in park, or the double letter B in rubber. You will notice that 2 of these examples form a minimal pair, pig and big. These 2 sounds produce lots of common minimal pairs, and they can occasionally cause problems for some students. You will also notice that there are 2 rude words in the examples. This is because plosives are a defining characteristic of swear words in English. English swear words are usually monosyllabic and they contain lots of plosive sounds. So we're going to see some more examples throughout this lesson. Be careful because the letters P and B don't always produce the P and B sounds. There are several common words which contain the silent letter P, such as psychology, and the silent letter B, such as doubt. To produce the T sound, place the tip of your tongue behind your front teeth, build up air pressure and release. T, t. The D sound is produced exactly the same, but we use our vocal cords. D, D. These sounds are usually represented by identical letters of the English alphabet, such as the single letter D in door, or the double letter T in butter. You will notice that both of these sounds can be produced by the letter combination ED when it appears at the end of a word. The letters ED produces the T sound when it appears after an unvoiced sound, and it produces the D sound when it appears after a voiced sound. You'll also notice a couple more rude words which contain these plosive sounds. Be careful because the letters T and D don't always produce the T and D sounds. There are several common words which contain the silent letter T, such as Christmas, and the silent letter D, such as grandfather. To produce the K sound, use the back of your tongue to block the flow of air through your mouth, build up air pressure and suddenly release. K, K. The G sound is produced in exactly the same way, but we use our vocal cords. G, G. These sounds can be represented by several different letters of the English alphabet. The K sound can be represented by K in king, C in country, and X in 6. The G sounds can be represented by the letter G in get and X in exist. And of course there are some more swear words which contain these sounds. Be careful because the letters K and G don't always produce the K and G sounds. There are several common words which contain the silent letter K, such as knife, and the silent letter G, such as foreign. Plosives are common sounds and they exist in most languages, and in general students don't have too many pronunciation problems with these sounds. but they're especially important in English because they often transform in connected speech. And if you understand how these sounds transform in connected speech, then you can understand native speakers better. Let's take a look at some examples now. You must not run. Listen to this sentence again when I speak naturally. You must not run. Did I produce the t sound at the end of must? Listen again. You must not run. I didn't produce the t sound at the end of must. This is because plosives are often omitted when they appear between two other consonant sounds. So must not becomes must not. Let's look at another example. It's a rabid dog. Now listen when I speak naturally. It's a rabid dog. Did I produce the d sound at the end of rabid? Listen again. It's a rabid dog. Plosives are often omitted when they appear at the end of one word, and the next word begins with the same sound. So rabid dog becomes rabid dog. Let's look at one more example. Nice to meet you. When I speak naturally, nice to meet you. Did I produce the t sound at the end of meet? Listen again. Nice to meet you. Sometimes plosives merge with other sounds to produce completely new sounds. This is especially common with the t and y sounds, which often merge to form the ch sound. So meet you becomes meet you. Well, that's it for this lesson. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you learned something new. If you can think of any other examples where plosives transform in connected speech, then write them in the comments below and I'll check them and give you feedback. And of course, please like this video, and if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe and stay tuned for more videos in the future. Goodbye.